Hello, Jason here from septictank.co.uk. Welcome to another live broadcast. And today we're going to be discussing a really popular topic, and that is what causes soakaway problems, and more importantly, how can you fix those soakaway problems without having to spend out thousands of pounds replacing your septic tank soakaway? Well, that's why I've made this video. So let's get straight into this. So if I just get this up on the other screen here, let me have a look here. All right, so this is what a typical septic tank and soakaway look like. So it's an aerial view, and the white tank there is an onion-shaped septic tank, and then the soakaway here, that's in a V-shaped formation, that's called a herringbone septic tank soakaway. And under that, you can notice there's gravel or shingle under there. All right, so let's get a close-up now of the septic tank. Okay, so let me now zoom in to the septic tank. Okay, so here's a cross section of the septic tank. Okay, so let me explain first of all how a septic tank and soakaway work. Well, the first thing that happens is that the wastewater from your property will enter the septic tank like so, right? And when it reaches a certain height, it will then make its way from the septic tank out through a pipe called the inlet pipe. And so here's the inlet pipe, and there is the water making its way through the inlet pipe towards the soakaway. All right, so let's just pan out a bit now, all right, and show you what the soakaway looks like. Well, here's a cross section of the soakaway. So once the wastewater enters the soakaway pipes are made of a perforated pipe. So when the water enters them, they'll just exit through the side and the end of the soakaway pipes, and they will make all that wastewater will enter the gravel bed there, and from there the wastewater will just naturally drain away into the soil. So that's typically how a septic tank and soakaway works. So what goes wrong? All right, well, let me show you. So if we go back to the septic tank now, here we go. Right, okay, so the biggest enemy of a septic tank are cleaning products. Bleach, washing powder, dishwasher tablets, dishwasher liquid, shampoos, dishwashing liquid, what have I said that? Yeah, bleaches, floor cleaners, stuff like that. They kill the good bacteria in a septic tank. So you've got to imagine a septic tank is like a big stomach, right? Or a human being. Now, if you and I were to eat too much junk food, fried foods, eat loads of crisps and cakes and stuff, our arteries become very quickly clogged up with cholesterol. And it's the same with septic tanks. If you use cleaning products and you kill the good bacteria inside the septic tank, very quickly all the debris that you flush down the loo, or the poo and the fat and the grease and the sludge, it start to build up on the bottom of the septic tank. So have a look at the bottom of the septic tank. So there we go. You'll notice that the fat, the grease and the sludge are starting to rise up from the bottom of the tank towards the top of the tank. Now what happens is when the sludge reaches a certain height, like so, right, from there the sludge will then start to make its way down through the outlet pipe, which is a bad thing, right? It's a very bad thing. So have a look now. So there you go. You can see the fat, the grease and the sludge making its way down through the outlet pipe, clogging and blocking it up as it goes. All right, so I just said to you, this is a really bad thing to happen. Why? Well, because it's clogging and blocking the arteries up. So if we just pan out now and have a look at the soakaway there. All right, so there's the soakaway pipe. So as you can see, the water is just coming out of them naturally. But what happens is that when the fat, grease and the sludge make their way through the outlet pipe and through the soakaway pipes, right, it then stops the water draining away in through the soakaway pipes. And so what happens is, if I just zoom in here for you, the arteries or the pipes of the soakaway just become completely clogged and blocked up with fat, grease and sludge. And so at this point, you've only normally got two options, right? You can get the septic tank man to come in, right? And what you can get him to do, you can get him to suck out all the fat and the grease and the sludge inside your septic tank. So let's say he sucks it all out, right? So let's say he sucks it all out. So let me just put that back there. Hold on, I've been a bit too keen there. So let's say he sucks all the fat and the grease and sludge out of your septic tank. All right, so your septic tank's got clean water in again. And he even sucks the water out, which is great. Fixes the problem, right? No, it doesn't. It maybe fixes the problem for a couple of hours, but it doesn't really fix the problem, because once you flush the loo again, or you let the bath water out, the tank is going to fill up with water again, just like so. And then very quickly, right, the fat and the grease and the sludge are going to build up from the bottom of the tank back up again. Now, before that starts to happen, just have a look at what's in the pipes there. Now, the septic tank, emptying man will suck out your septic tank, but he won't be able to suck out the fat and the grease and the sludge that is clogging up your soakaway pipes. Why not? Because the fat and the grease and the sludge, it's hard, it's congealed, and it becomes like mud, you know, like tar. It just won't drain out back into the septic tank. So you can spend £200, £300, £400 getting your septic tank emptied, but it won't unblock the main arteries of your soakaway from all the fat and the grease and the sludge. Another option that or route people go down is to get the jetters out off the back of the wagon, and they blast high-powered water into the soakaway pipes. Now, that would be all very well if it was like a tunnel and it had, you know, the exit was blocked and you could push all the sludge through and it just came out through the other end. But you've got to remember, in a soakaway, right, the soakaway pipes are completely surrounded and covered by soil. There's nowhere else for them to go. So the high-powered water will just compress all that fat and the grease and the sludge, making it the problem even worse. If you put rods down there, they're just going to poke through the fat and the grease and the sludge. So there is really, up to now, up to the last few years, there hasn't been a reliable, effective way to fixing block soakaways unless you replace your soakaway, right? And as you know, that can cost anywhere from £3,000 to £5,000 to do. Well, the reason I've done this video is because I want to show you a really simple and easy solution. A few years ago, going back about 5 or 6 years ago now, I've been doing septic tank, fixing people's septic tank problems for about 20 years now. And we came up with this product called Soakaway Worms. And basically, they are organic red worms, right? And how they work is that you tip the bucket straight into your septic tank. See, what was happening, people were ringing me saying, oh, I've got to have a new soakaway. And it really bugged me and grieved me that people having to spend £3,000 to £5,000 to fix a soakaway. I used to live in a place called Shropshire. My dad had a septic tank, and it was like something out of a horror film. It was full of these worms, right? And so were all the neighbours' septic tanks. But the thing is, right, as my dad reminded me, we never ever had any problems with our septic tank. Never blocked up, never got clogged, because the worms ate everything. We found out what those worms were. We started selling them to people, with block soakaways, and before long everyone was emailing me saying, thanks, you saved me 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 quid. And that's how the worms took off, and they just took off from there. So the worms will go into your septic tank, just tip them all in, just tip the whole bucket in, they'll fall to the bottom of the tank. And here's a picture of what it's like before, and here's a picture of them after. As you can see, the worms eat all the fat and the grease and the sludge. They're amazing, right? And so I've got a little FAQ here, because lots of people ask me questions, right? What worms do you use? Well, there's about 150 different species of worms in the UK. These are a special sewage worm. They specifically eat fat, grease and sludge, particularly from excrement. Now, you'll find there's a couple of companies on the internet who sell worms to unblock septic tanks and soakaways, but they're not the same worms. Yes, go and spend 50, 60, 70 quid. They're about 50, 60 quid cheaper than the worms that I sell, which is fine. You get competition, that's fine. But they are not the worms right, that naturally occur in different places of the country, and they're not the worms that unblock septic tanks and soakaways. So go and buy them, try them by all means, right? These are the only worms out of the 150 species of worms that we've tried and tested in the UK that actually work, right? So they're organic red worms. There is a Latin name for it, but I don't like giving it out because I don't like too much competition, right? If everyone started selling my worms, there'd be no point in me selling worms anymore, would there? Right, so lots of people ask me, will the worms drown? Well, no, it's a fallacy. Worms don't drown. If there's oxygen in the water, right, worms can thrive and live quite happily, right? And with a septic tank, you've got a flow in and you've got a flow out. So as long as you've got a flow in from the septic tank, you're always going to oxygenate the water and the worms won't drown. Will the worm cast clog up the soakaway? No, a resounding no, because the worms, although they eat poop and fat and grease and sludge, they poop out like a minerally watery substance themselves. So they don't poop out poop. Their poop is like a liquid mineral fertilizer, and that will just drain away into your soakaway. How long will the worms live? They live forever. Of course, worms grow old and they grow old and they die. But the beauty with soakaway worms is, just like any other worms, right? They constantly are breeding and replenishing themselves. So the worms will just carry on indefinitely. That's why they're a one-off treatment. Okay, I've shown you how to get the worms into the soakaway. You literally just take the lid off the septic tank, tip the worms into the septic tank, and from there they'll just make their way into the soakaway, eating all that fat, grease and the sludge. How long before the worms will unblock your soakaway? Well, how long is a piece of string? Right, give you two scenarios here. Someone who's got a septic tank, they've never emptied it or cared for it or bothered with it for 10 years. It's completely blocked up with fat, grease and the sludge. Obviously, right, the worms are going to take a lot longer to unblock that kind of septic tank and soakaway scenario compared to someone who's just noticed they've got problems now. They've emptied their tank once or twice, a year. They've noticed that the water's not draining away like it used to. They put the worms in. The worms will get to work and work within 2 to 3 weeks. It's like, look, if someone has a heart attack, right, they're really unfit, they've been eating loads of junk food, they have the heart attack. Sometimes they can revive them, sometimes they can't. For people who get early warning signs that they're having heart problems, they can change their lifestyle, change their diet, stuff like that, and you can nip it in the bud. It's the same with the worms. Nip it in the bud. Prevention's always better than cure. Are the worms guaranteed to work? Yep, 100%. Will they unblock collapsed pipes? I think, where is that? Oh yeah, here it is. I forgot to answer this one before. Will the worms repair collapsed pipes or pipes that are choked by tree roots? No. They're absolutely amazing, these worms are, but they're not miracle workers. If the pipes have collapsed and broken or snapped in half, or they're clogged by tree roots, you need a chainsaw on them, not worms. So there you go. That is organic red soakaway worms, and that is how they will help you if you've got soakaway problems. So I thought I'd just share that tip with you for today. How much are the soakaway worms? Well, let's just have a look here. There's a bucket there. They are typically about £149, which is half the price of what a septic tank emptying or half the price of what the rodding and jetting will cost you. All right, so you can go and get it emptied, but it will fill up again. You can get it jetted, but it'll just fill up again, and as I said, the jetting just compounds the issue. So if you want something to get in there and burrow the way in and eat all that fat and the grease and the sludge, then this is a real safe bet. Not only that, with each bucket, right, you also get a free bonus. It's called Septic Tank Fertilizer, right? So let me have a look at this. There we go. And this will actually protect your septic tank from cleaning products. Let's say you use lots of cleaning products, you don't want it to get blocked and clogged up because you're killing all the bacteria, then get some septic tank fertilizer in there. This is free. It's worth 200 quid. You get 12 sachets. You just tip one sachet down the loo every month. It dissolves, flush it in there, do that 12 times a year with this free box of septic tank fertilizer. And you won't have any problems, and they'll also protect the worms and protect your septic tank from the ill effects of cleaning products. So there you go. So let me just come off here now, and let me just switch that off now. So get rid of my alter ego. Right, there we go. Is it? Oh, yep, got rid of it. So listen, thank you very much for watching this video today. If you'd like to see more free videos and get more free help and advice, then just go to septictank.co.uk. Or if you'd like to be in with a chance to win a free extra large bucket of Soakaway Worms, then just go onto Google, type in Septic Tank TV and subscribe to my Septic Tank TV channel, which is on YouTube. So listen, once again, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video today. You take care, and I'll speak to you soon. For more information, just click the link below this video or visit septictank.co.uk for free help and advice.